Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Sherry. Our company manages all types of real estate, but with one exception, and that is residential strata. We receive several calls every month asking us to submit proposals on residential strata properties, and we pass them up every time. I'm often asked why. I mean, after all, it's money in your pocket, right? There are 5 basic reasons why I will not manage residential strata. First off, strata property is fundamentally different from other kinds of property. A residential strata unit is usually somebody's home, and therefore there is usually a lot more emotion attached to any problems when they occur. An owner of an investment real estate typically approaches problems from a more objective perspective, not necessarily detached, but usually with a lot less emotion. The meetings occur at night, often at a late time, such as 7 p.m. Property managers like to go home at decent hours, just like everybody else. The council has typically gone home, had their supper, and they're ready to show up for the meeting at 7 p.m. The property manager works all day until 7 and then goes to the strata meeting for another 2 to 3 hours. Depending on the property manager's portfolio, a typical property manager can be going to meetings 2 to 3 times a week until 10 o'clock at night, and then they're required to work the full day afterward. This is a recipe for burnout, and I don't think very sustainable. Strata companies often complain about the turnover of their property manager, and this is one of the reasons why. On any given strata council, you're always going to have one member who's difficult to deal with. There will always be the one member who knows it all or has an overinflated ego. Quite often, it is somebody who has something to prove to the world, and the poor property manager has to take the brunt of it. This is another reason for turnover and burnout. For the amount of work involved and education required, the fees paid are low. Oftentimes, strata corporations think that they're paying too high a fee, but when you factor in the accounting required, the site visits, and the property maintenance, the fees are more than reasonable. Lastly, strata councils often perceive their property managers as order takers or as a servant. There appears to be limited respect. Property managers are required to go through all kinds of licensing requirements, and many have taken higher education in urban land economics or other related degrees. Most property managers have the ability to be a council's trusted advisor, but the council does not treat them this way. If that is the case on your council, then you are underutilizing or misusing your property manager. I suggest that if you have a good property manager for your strata, you should treat them very well and respect them. As I've said, we have made a decision not to manage residential strata. For commercial stratas who are willing to work with their manager in a consultative way that embodies mutual respect and understanding, we are more than happy to have a conversation. Personally, I think there needs to be a fundamental shift in the industry, including the pricing model and the way property managers are perceived. Until that time, I believe that we will continue to experience high turnover of managers as they seek to manage other types of property. This is Rod Fram for Radio Real Estate.